Peace, family. Total Flash 2.0. Here and back again. I know it's been a long time since I've had made a video, and rightfully so. I had to take a lot of time to actually gather myself before even doing another video. And one thing that is that I didn't realize it earlier, but now is that today is the day of the solar eclipse. And that's not basically the total reason why I'm out here. But it's funny that I was able to gather enough energy to this point to come out here at this time to speak to you about what I think, not about what's going to happen, but basically why it has been a gradual approach toward this solar eclipse even coming about, and what it really signifies, and what it symbolizes as well. One thing I noticed, and one thing that I've done in my research, that there is said through the WASP that in our atmosphere there are true kingdoms and false kingdoms in atmosphere. And I talked about atmosphere before, but not specifically. And that's basically according to the WASP where we go, okay, after we pass away, and we become atmospheric angels. And when we have a belief in a certain god or certain gods, what tends to happen is that we fall captive to a particular god that has their own kingdom, okay? But then you have kingdoms that are of the Creator, which are the true kingdoms, which are true Lord gods and lords and gods, that are the ones that you would be safe with of being your spirit guide of some sort, right? That don't desire to take your energy from you or negotiate with you based upon what you have to do, based on sacrifices and things of that nature, to have what you want to have. But soon or later, that's going to be irrelevant. But one thing I realized, the reason why it's probably been taking a while and things have been happening on a gradual process on this planet, is because if you notice that the clouds, right, there are certain cloud formations that have occurred or throughout the past 2 or 3 years now, or even longer. Different cloud formations that have occurred. One cloud formation that I know of represents the Galactic Confederation Light, which means that they're all about the order and abiding by the universal laws, meaning that these kingdoms that are false kingdoms may have not abided by the universal laws when it pertains to the law of energy, frequency, and vibration. You see, or even the Hermetic principles of that they also have to abide by those 7 principles as well. All beings of all sorts of the entire cosmos. You see, and so I feel as if that part of the reason why we see the cloud formations and things of that nature is because there's a lot of cleansing going on, and we're cleansing those false kingdoms are being turned away. And notice how on the planet that people's mindset of God has changed. You know, many people are moving away from Christianity and realizing that they are God, but except there's a creator of these gods. You see, of all of us, right? And that we don't have to give our energy out to any god at all, right? And so I came to realize that this solar eclipse that's happening right now is that basically it's the end of all the fighting or all the war that has happened throughout within the atmosphere of our planet, or in the atmosphere of our planet, when it pertains to these false gods or certain false angels at that, right? Or angels that may not, or trying, and really it's a way to cleanse, to bring those angels that have done wrong to come back to the light, into the truth. Because many angels have been deceived by other gods they serve that are higher, these false lords or false gods, right? That work in the areas of the dark forces in the atmosphere, which contain higher councils that do not have our best interests. Once we have to make our transition from this body, you see. And I came to realize that reincarnation is a byproduct, as a product of these gods. For example, for a long time we have believed in Jesus, or believed that there is one, believed in all these other gods, right? But once we come into the kingdom, right, and we figure out the truth of that they're false, right, what may happen? We may be exiled from the kingdom, you see, which means that the devil may have not been a bad person. He may have been a person that was all about finding the truth, you see. And he was exiled because he wanted to go against the order of the kingdom, which was false from the very beginning by those gods, you see. Because a god can work in the acts of being a devil, or being the opposite of a devil, which is being perceived as a god or divine God. You see, and that's why people say that to not always think that light is good. You see, and so I feel as if that there's no more. This solar eclipse really represents the end of us being fooled. We've been receiving truth, and certain things have been coming to light to the point that now's the time that that everything is about to come into fruition. Everything that has been decoded, and that's why I feel like that's about to happen. And that basically this energy that's cleansing this planet is a masculine energy, and also a feminine energy at that. But mostly it's the feminine energy has to do with the balance. But as far as the masculine energy is actually the willpower to actually make things happen. Notice that we haven't really seen a lot of action going on in this physical yet, right? You see, but guess what? There has been manifestation as well in people's lives, to where they're able to have the assistance, right? Or take advantage of that opportunity to manifest whatever they desire. You see, it's actually the manifestation itself making itself vulnerable to you, right? That's the feminine energy. But the icing on the cake, right, is the masculine energy for you to actually have it and know you have it and to keep it. You see, and that's what the solar eclipse to me represents. It's liberation. It's all about us taking advantage of it, you know, and not actually settling for less. You know, when it comes down to, if you want to desire to be healthier, right, you can't settle for less. You have to be determined. You have to change your mind first. Look at what's good or bad and go and see, okay, how can I be able to gradually move myself into this, and actually be able to manifest this to happen. First, I have to make it vulnerable to me. I have to recognize, okay, what foods are out there. Okay, identify them, right? I identify them. I'm allowed to be able to be manifested in my life. And then next thing you know, I'm able to eat better and can get certain energy, the right energy from the right place, by me knowing how to get it with willpower. You see? So, this is a great day, and so far today I've meditated for a while today, in a long time. In a long time, I haven't really meditated in a while, and and for a reason. Because with me being gone, I noticed that my vibration went low, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened to me ever since the last video. And it's funny how I had another psychic attack right after the video I last did, and also the series I did based on the first originators by Genesis, which were the Ethereans and the Andromedans, which is my strong belief. There's no coincidence behind that. I had a psychic attack again. You see, and I want to let you know that basically throughout the whole entire year of 2016, I was basically in a hospital, but I was in another, say, psychiatric unit. But what led me to the psychiatric unit and throughout the whole entire year of 2016 was that I realized that all this time that I had certain psychic attacks, but this energy or these entities, they knew that I always take things seriously when it pertained to information. And I took it so seriously to the point that when it came to the time when I activated my Kundalini, before I got there, or even while being there, I noticed that, excuse me, and my apologies, family, on that. When I was there, I noticed that was basically the place where my energy was being. After February, at the time, I noticed that my vibration was going low, and I knew it. And I realized that I couldn't come back doing videos again. And it was a struggle. But now I feel like I'm in the right place. And I came to realize when I had my spiritual experience, I don't think it was both. I think it was both a psychic attack, and also it was also a mixture. And that's when I activated my Kundalini. And a lot of people have activated Kundalini. And one of the effects of activating Kundalini is that you feel energy inside your body. Right? A lot of energy coming from within you. And I felt superhuman, literally. I felt superhuman. I had so much energy, I had so much motivation. And I told myself one day, I said, okay, if the Kundalini was accessed back then, during ancient times, then it could explain why the pyramids, or many structures at that, were many structures were being built, and so forth around the entire globe. But not only that, but also with the pineal gland, and I came to realize that there's a lot. There was a lot to it, but there was more to my Kundalini experience. I don't remember much of the experience I had. All I remember was that I felt this energy the serpent energy go up my spine, and I remember telling you that I had a lot of sunlight before that time. I was in the sun a lot, and also I was in. I also was cleansing myself a lot, and I was basically consuming a lot of high vibrational foods, and also even consuming liquids as well, a lot of liquids. And that was basically that's the time when I fasted, right? But basically, if you go back to my other videos, and I came to realize that my body itself, I came to realize that I felt weightless, and there was so much energy that I had, and it felt like I explained it as a way of like an angel. Like I feel like an angel took over my body, and also the fact that maybe it wasn't an angel, maybe it was my higher self. Maybe I accessed my higher self, and what happened was my conscious my spirit, it felt like my spirit was voided out, but it wasn't. My identity was taken out, but it was still there. The consciousness of who I was still there, except my higher self may have taken over it. You see? And that, but at the same time, I felt like I was being having a psychic attack as well. And at the same time, because the energy I was feeling, it was an energy that was both satanic, and it was very charismatic, and it was very, and later, it didn't last like that until later on, where I noticed that I felt a divine sensation afterwards, after the Kundalini awakened itself. You see? And this goes back to when I had came across some information that said that the Kundalini represents just the awakening of our abilities, whether it's telekinesis, clairvoyance, clairaudience, telepathy, those 4 abilities, and maybe much more when you activate the Kundalini. And the reason why our Kundalini has been not in use is because basically due to the quarantine that was on this planet previously, and the quarantine is still active at this time until the planet is fully cleansed from unnecessary negative energies. And so with the fact of this Kundalini, right, is that I awakened up to that. So that happened to me. I feel like that happened to me, and I feel like that the reason why my vibration has been moving low, because I've been given so-called medication to balance the chemicals in my brain. And the thing about it, that's funny, because when you activate the Kundalini, right, when that serpent energy shoots up to your head, a lot of chemicals start going haywire, to where if you don't know how to control it, or if you don't know how to balance it yourself, someone's gonna balance it for you. And I feel like that I didn't really need it to balance myself, because the reason why, because I realized that later on, that after 2 days, I realized that this energy is not an energy that is gonna make people hurt other people. No, it's not. It didn't make me hurt anybody. People told me that I acted very nice, like I acted like the most nicest person you could ever be around, loving, sensation occurred. And basically, when we were going back to what I said earlier, that when we were created, the Anunnaki actually mixed together dragon genetics, right, with theirs when they first created human beings. And one thing about it is that's when that happened. This happened after they had to leave. This happened before they had to leave. After the Sun Moon War that I spoke of in my other video. And so they had to reserve this Kundalini at a later time. And that basically I'm telling you right now, you're gonna probably experience the same thing I experienced when I awakened my Kundalini at the time. And there's a lot of research that has been done about the Kundalini, because this is one thing they don't want you to awaken from within you. Because once you do this, you're gonna easily manifest just quick in the snap. Everything you desire is gonna happen for you in many ways. You're able to probably get yourself out the matrix at will, whenever you want to, and you're not gonna be under control. But there's a way to balance this, and And then that's one of the reasons why, due to me taking medication and also being in a certain place where I didn't want to be, and it happening, you know, me the psychic attacks or this breakout and just me not knowing where I was, okay, occurred. And I don't think all of it was due to the Kundalini energy, because I've been all this time I've been trying to figure out, am I guilty of this? Am I the one to blame of what I have? But I told myself, no, it's not myself to blame. And I feel like there has been a certain energy that has been keeping watch of me, and to the point they don't want me to actually awaken this energy from within. And in reference to the solar eclipse, I feel as if that also is that this is just signifies also that of our liberation, that we're not going to be limited at all, not even me. And that when it comes down, I have the free will to manifest whatever I desire to manifest, whether it's from within myself or outside myself. They can't dictate that, and they fear that. This negative energy has been around this planet forever, for a long time, with this archon energy that has been around this planet, does not desire for us to awaken this our DNA up, basically, you know, along with the Kundalini, because the Kundalini is the catalyst of it all, and that's basically how it works. And then I know it, and yeah, but we can use this energy to bring together the whole entire cosmos and what the DNA that we have. And then one thing I did notice is that, and I didn't notice this before I activated my Kundalini, but over time, right, I noticed, and this is one thing I noticed too, in reference to the fact that we have this reptilian DNA in us in multiple ways, okay. The one thing I came to realize is that well, as I noticed over the past couple months, after being out of the hospital or in psychiatric care where I was at, I noticed that my skin kind of looked reptilian looking, and now I realized that this information that I came across about us having this mixture of the Anunnaki and this even the Dragons from Alpha Draconis and many other reptilians as well, the Fukin gene as well, added to us. I kind of realized that why this Kundalini got activated. I realized that, wait, hold on, why is this reptilian skin, or just it's prevalent right now, and I haven't noticed this. I haven't really noticed it throughout my entire life. All because the Kundalini had risen. And I may not be looking okay. Like, this just justifies everything I spoke about in the Garden of Terrestrial videos in part 2 and 3. This confirms it. I'm not sure if you can see that, but if you look at your hands, you may already see it yourself. But I just noticed that it's been that for sure that this is the proof that we have reptilian DNA in us. And that's really what I wanted to really let you know of. And this happened in the Anunnaki. I feel as if that our ancestors from Sirius, I feel like the reason why they did what they did, because they believed, I feel like they believed that we could one day bring together the entire cosmos. And I hope I'm not wrong about that, but I hope that's what they desire. And I have no doubt, though. I have no doubt. And so yeah. And I may end up going to talking about more about my experience specifically, because I didn't want to really talk about it specifically based on what I remember or my memories, because I spent my entire time in 2016. Basically, it was a super awakening year almost, but 2015 was my beginning but it seemed like 2016 was the dramatic stage, and that's basically what I feel like. That's one of the reasons why I'm here, and why I'm at right now in my life, and it's a great place. And sometimes you have to go through the bad sometimes in order to appreciate the good things, and or to even have the good at all. But that's not always so. It's just a matter of knowing or not knowing things. And ever since then, I've been receiving downloads, and that's one of the reasons why I was able to do like a 1-hour video over the Sun Moon War. Like, how could somebody do a 1-hour video in the cold weather, right? Talking about an account that nobody has never heard of, and only one man only knew about it or researched about it, was with Dr. Blair. And so this is all I got all this information from meditation and talking, and me speaking with my soul attaching to the communication of the universal prime creator. And that's what happens to me every time I go into my meditation. And today's a great day, and I didn't want to really make this video like this long, but I want to let you know that I'm back, and that I know that there's brighter days ahead. And my experience throughout the entire 2016 is a reflection of the type of hardship that we've had on this planet, where we try to be healthier people, or we try to be better people at that, or even want to be liberated, or just feel free and within ourselves and outside ourselves. And I felt that both in the mental, physical, and the spiritual way throughout the whole entire year of 2016. It's like when I desire truth, and I went out for truth, and I wanted to share truth, it seemed like there was always something trying to bring me back. But this time I feel like it's not going to happen that way again. And all because I now realize and know who I am due to certain memories that I feel like I've been getting before I came into this incarnation. And so that is that. And I know I haven't probably replied to a lot of people's say comments on my videos, but I have throughout the duration of my time making my recovery. And I just want to let you know that you're not alone, like I always say. And yeah, just always be vigilant, and always check your surroundings, and always enhance your vibration the best you can, and don't let anything deprive you, or any spirit, or any type of energy, negative energy, discourage you from trying to reach your higher state of illumination. And they know that we are capable of being fully illuminated, but it's just that we had to connect to nature more and more on the best we can on a daily basis, and cleanse our bodies the best we can. And I'm letting you know right now that this medication or some whatever is temporarily making my vibration go low, I'm gonna always do my very best, and always gonna fight back. And people may see me as weak, and some people may watch my videos, they may see me as that, but I'm not weak. I may be very passive, but that doesn't mean I'm weak. So I just want to let some so-called people that's out there know that. And that's what I want to really convey. And so yeah. I want to let you know I love everybody, and I just hope I'll be able to be in touch with everybody, just to let if you want to talk to me on whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or any other social media site there is, in order to for guidance and for help, I am here. So I'm back. Total Flash 2.0. Here and back again. And remember to always live within the caduceus. Peace.